Epic struggle. The brutal Battle of Stalingrad. Imagine a city under siege where every street becomes a battlefield. Welcome to the Battle of Stalingrad. This intense confrontation between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union epitomizes the brutality and determination that defined the Eastern Front in World War II. The Eastern Front was a vast theater of war, stretching thousands of miles. It saw some of the largest and most ferocious battles in history, with millions of soldiers and civilians caught in the crossfire. The Battle of Stalingrad was its most pivotal clash. The Battle of Stalingrad marked a turning point in WW2. It broke the myth of Nazi invincibility and shifted momentum to the Allies. The Soviet victory not only halted the German advance, but also set the stage for their eventual push westward. The stage was set with the initial German invasion of the Soviet Union. Launched in June 1941, Operation Barbarossa aimed to crush Soviet resistance swiftly. Blitzkrieg tactics led to rapid advances, overwhelming Soviet forces and capturing vast territories in the initial months. Operation Barbarossa was the code name for the German offensive against the Soviet Union. Its objectives were ambitious: quickly defeat Soviet forces, capture key cities, and secure valuable resources. The Germans sought a decisive victory before winter could halt their progress. As the German forces advanced, the Soviet Union faced immense challenges. Initial Soviet losses were staggering, with entire divisions decimated. Retreat became a painful necessity, as the Red Army struggled to regroup and mount a meaningful defense against the relentless German onslaught. Stalingrad's strategic importance couldn't be overstated. Situated on the Volga River, it was a vital industrial hub and a key transportation route. Control of the city meant dominance over the region, making it a coveted prize for both German and Soviet forces. The German assault on Stalingrad commenced with intense aerial bombardments, reducing large parts of the city to rubble. This was followed by fierce ground attacks as German troops pushed into the city, determined to crush Soviet resistance and claim victory. Urban warfare in Stalingrad was brutal and unforgiving. The fighting devolved into a desperate struggle for every building and street. Soldiers engaged in close-quarter combat, often battling from room to room, with neither side willing to yield an inch. Soviet tactics in Stalingrad were marked by tenacity and ingenuity. Utilizing the ruined cityscape, Soviet defenders set up ambushes, sniper positions, and booby traps. They maximized the defensive potential of the urban environment, making every advance costly for the German attackers. The harsh winter of 1942 to 1943 severely impacted both armies at Stalingrad. Bitter cold and relentless snowstorms hampered movements and supply lines, causing frostbite and hypothermia. Soldiers on both sides struggled to survive, as nature itself became a formidable adversary. Operation Uranus marked a pivotal moment in the battle. The Soviet Union launched a surprise counteroffensive, targeting the weaker Romanian and Hungarian forces flanking the German Sixth Army. This strategic maneuver successfully encircled the German troops, trapping them within Stalingrad's ruined streets. Encircled and cut off from reinforcements, the German Sixth Army faced dire circumstances. Despite the clear peril, Hitler refused to permit a retreat, demanding his forces hold their ground. This decision condemned many soldiers to a grim fate, isolated and desperate. The Soviet forces demonstrated relentless persistence, launching continuous assaults to dismantle German defenses. Their determination, coupled with superior numbers and better supply lines, gradually overwhelmed the encircled German troops. The Soviet will to reclaim their city was unwavering, showcasing remarkable resilience. Logistical nightmares plagued the trapped German forces. Supplies dwindled rapidly, leaving soldiers without adequate food, ammunition, or medical care. Desperation set in as attempts to airlift provisions faltered under intense Soviet anti-aircraft fire. The situation grew increasingly untenable, leading to eventual surrender. The encircled German forces faced dire logistical challenges, with supply lines cut off. Desperation grew as food, ammunition, and medical supplies dwindled. Starvation, frostbite, and disease ravaged the troops, weakening their ability to mount any effective resistance against the relentless Soviet onslaught. The German surrender at Stalingrad marked a significant turning point in the war. For the first time, an entire German army was decisively defeated. This shattered the myth of Nazi invincibility, boosting Allied morale and signaling a shift in the Eastern Front's momentum. In the battle's aftermath, the Soviet Union gained a strategic advantage, while Germany's military capabilities suffered a severe blow. The loss of the Sixth Army and its experienced soldiers severely weakened German forces, forcing them into a defensive stance. The Battle of Stalingrad's broader implications reverberated across the Eastern Front. It marked the beginning of a sustained Soviet offensive that would eventually push German forces back to Berlin. The psychological impact on both sides was profound, altering the course of the war. Within the chaos, acts of bravery emerged from both sides. Soviet snipers like Vasily Zaitsev became legendary. German soldiers, despite facing insurmountable odds, exhibited extraordinary resolve. These stories of heroism underline the human spirit's resilience in the darkest times. The Battle of Stalingrad remains a poignant symbol of resilience and sacrifice. It marked a decisive shift in World War II, showcasing the indomitable spirit of the Soviet people and altering the course of the Eastern Front forever. Dive deeper into this monumental event by visiting historical sites, reading first-hand accounts, and exploring documentaries. Subscribe to our channel for more captivating WWU content, illuminating the stories of courage and strategy that shaped our world.